once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is August 3rd, 2023. It is a Thursday. And it appears as if we don't have anybody watching the show right now, which is very odd. So we'll just kind of wait around here for just a little bit. Internet is choosing not to cooperate. There we go. That is clearly the internet, but not the internet. Let's go ahead, and that must be a total screen grab there. Yes, that is a total monitor grab. Trying to go up in the internet section, but it is corrected now. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's interesting how those blow up. Today we got in the mail, we got delivered raspberry, chocolate raspberry, cherry pie, and tropical coconut from New England brand coffee. No, we are not sponsored. But those were directly from New England coffee themselves. These are not in my local stores. So we're rotating things that do not hit our local stores. Tonight's coffee is the cherry pie. Right here, cherry pie. She's my cherry pie. Yeah, definitely cherry. If you like cherry, this is a good coffee for you. I'd say it reminds me very much of Dunkin' Donuts chocolate covered strawberry. But if I was to be asked, which do I want more, the chocolate covered strawberry or Dunkin' Donuts or cherry pie I've got tonight from New England coffee, I'd go with Dunkin' Donuts chocolate covered strawberry. I think that the flavors are a little bit more pronounced, and I like the chocolate and I like the richness of the coffee. Again, this does not say that cherry pie from New England brand is bad, because it's not. It's a fantastic coffee. Unlike a lot of people, I go through a lot of coffee. Well, I go through a lot of different types of coffee. On a normal day, I drink about a pot of coffee. On a show day, I drink 2 pots of coffee. I drink a pot in the morning, and I drink a pot at night. And we're still waiting for folks to join us on the live stream. If folks don't start streaming in here shortly, since this isn't a standard podcast where I'm just going to get things ready and get content flowing, if people don't show up for the show, I can shut down the show. It doesn't bother me. Speaking of that, my plans are within the next couple months to move the studio into another room dedicated specifically for it. This studio was set up for standard audio podcast as opposed to video podcast, so I don't have any throw in front of the equipment. I'm in a standard sound stage, but over in a corner of a room. I'm going to design the new studio to do video, and I'm going to bring back the Breaking Leather podcast, but it's going to be in 15-minute or less formats of given topics. There's a bunch of other commentators out there that are doing shows very similar to that. So that's what I am going to be doing as well. Bring it back. The audio was an hour to 2 hours long each. This is going to be 15 minutes or less, tackling one topic or a few topics, whatever I can get in 15 minutes. And publish away. Will not be done live. Unlike the Whiskey Cowboy Live, where I am sitting here all alone. Yeah, it's a strange thing to not have a single person there. I did a video test, first time ever, playing my guitar in front of a video camera. Here we go. Let's go large here. So stop. This is just pretty much the mic of the camera. I need to work on lighting. This was just a location that I picked. It's my corner. You can see I got my whiskey shelves, and behind me is my recliner. This is my corner. Let's see here. And like I have said, I am not a professional musician by any stretch of the imagination. I am a campfire, front porch, and in the living room, rounding out the day, player. I'm a finger stylist. I play melodies. I don't do a lot of strumming. A lot of people strum. I don't do a lot of strumming. I'm a finger stylist. So I'll get some songs up, get a little more comfortable playing in front of a camera. For those folks who are not used to it, you can play something every day, all day long. And you get in front of either people if you're not used to playing in front of people, or in front of a camera, and it just goes. That right there is my Taylor 314 CE limited edition. It is a torrefied Sitka. Yeah, I think it's a torrefied Sitka spruce top. Torrefied is a drying process which ages and cures the wood to make it sound older than it is. And a trying to think of it's a quilted sapelli back and sides. And it is all satin finish. There's no bling on it at all. No bright and shinies. Limited edition. Very beautiful guitar. Sounds better than the mic is picking up. We'll see about miking it up properly. Hopefully, when I get my new studio, I should be able to do my live streaming and other studio work in one direction, and off of another wall I should be able to do my guitar work. So we'll see. Lizzo is finding herself in hot water. Her self-pride, body positivity movement, of course, as most of us thought, was complete hogwash. She has been abusing her staff and her dancers, body shaming them for putting on too much weight, doing crazy things like bringing them to red light districts in Amsterdam and other places and making them eat bananas from the vaginas of prostitutes. the stories that are coming out now via lawsuits and other actions. So that should be quite interesting. More testimony and evidence that the Biden administration illegally colluded with social media platforms to censor and limit the speech of conservative sources. Now, I was also one of those, but I was not directly linked in it. Daily Wire, on the other hand, was directly mentioned in communications from the White House. They mentioned Daily Wire and other conservative outlets. And I use those words. That was pretty much what the Daily Wire and similar and or other conservative outlets. They were putting out information that the White House did not deem should be allowed. It was mostly about Rovid and the vaccines, phosines. Hey there, Al. Welcome to the show. Al says Lizzo needs to be in hot water to slim down. Hey, brother. Yeah. If I don't know, I'd watch out how much heat you apply to her. She might render down, and when she starts rendering, that's a lot of oil there. And hey, let's be clear. I could give two shits about Lizzo's size. There's been plenty of plus-size performers out there that did quite well. But the difference is they never fixated on it. They did not dress the way she did. They did not act the way she does. And they didn't push that was the standard of beauty and basically crapping on anybody that dares think that being morbidly obese is in any way, shape, or form not good for you. Lizzo did. So Lizzo's bringing all this crap on herself. Again, tonight's coffee is cherry pie from New England Coffee. Right, Al says absolutely size never mattered until they made it a thing. Right. Well, heck, Adele was a plus-size girl. Nobody gave two craps that Adele was extremely large. Nobody cared because she sang great. And then, ironically, when she lost the weight, and she was proud that she lost the weight, and she looked good losing the weight, not that she didn't look good when she was heavier, but the body positivity crowd started shitting all over her. Well, wait a minute here. If you should be happy and positive about your weight, no matter what it is, why should they give two shits if other people lose the weight and get in shape? Because it's not about body positivity. It's about lying to people. And what these people do, and it's mostly girls, because a fat guy is a fat guy. Nobody claps a fat guy in the back and says, hey, you're so brave and stunning and you're perfect the way you are. No, it doesn't happen that way. It only happens with girls. And they're lying, again, they're lying to the girls. It's not healthy. And you may be fine. You may think you're fine moving around now at 16, 25, 35. But you wait till you're 45, 55, 65 years old, if you make it to 65, and your joints all go out on you, your organs start shutting down. Again, it's one thing to not hate yourself. Don't hate yourself, but try to improve yourself. Everybody can try to improve themselves. And it's from good hygiene, it's from wearing properly fitting clothes, it's from presenting yourself in a respectful manner for the world to see, dignified, with pride, true pride. Grooming. I make sure my beard is trimmed. Al says, back in the day, none of us cared about size, skin color, whatever, straight or gay. It was just about talent, end of it. Yeah, when it came to performers, if you were an actor or an actress, does your look fit the part that you're doing? Or can it be modified to fit the part that you're doing? Can you sing? You know, and you went on stage, and it was great. It's fine. If you want to throw a good show, that's fine. But you didn't have to. I mean, look at comedians. They don't need pyrotechnics. They don't need all sorts of stuff. And a lot of times they just stand in one spot or limited movement, or they sit on a stool, and that's fine. A lot of performers used to do the same thing. So again, if you want to give more of a show, that's fine. Do it within your means. It's not required. If you sing good, if you perform good, people will still go to your shows. Because honestly, when you turn on a radio, you're not seeing people jump around a stage. You're listening to the song. Nobody cares. And yes, we didn't care if they were gay or straight. We cared that the music was good. We've talked time and time again on shows about past gay performers and current gay performers. Nobody cared. And they were the top in their industry. Freddie Mercury, Elton John, Boy George. You know, didn't matter. And there was others. Plenty of others. Nobody cared. What they care about is the music. Is the music good? Nobody gives a shit. Ah, that was hot. I went to the Orca early. Yeah, the Whiskey Cowboy went to the Orca early. On the last show, Tuesday, I'd mentioned that I had a radio interview to record today. It was recorded. The host of the show was Dr. Tom Kelly. You folks may remember I had him on my show over a year ago. Well, he now has he's been given the reins to an FM radio show in Wyoming. I'll get all the information. Folks in Wyoming, hey, you heard it here first. Folks not in Wyoming, they, like most other radio stations, they have an internet presence, so you can go and listen to the radio spot. I'll let you know when it's going to be, where you can tune in. It's nothing special. It's a 30-minute spot, which gets cut down to 20 minutes or so. Just a little back and forth. We cover just a little bit of things. It's not that in-depth. It's very difficult to cover much of anything in such a short format. But it is what it is. So I'll let folks know. It's not this coming Saturday, but it airs every Saturday. It's not this coming Saturday. It may be next Saturday, maybe the Saturday after that. I have no idea. Al says exactly where society is going wrong now is the focus on everything but the actual talent. Yeah, and that's across the board. Does not just pertain to the entertainment industry. Pertains to everything. Pertains to jobs. Who gives a shit? Are you the best qualified for the job? You're hired. Checkbox? The checkbox should be, do you have the education, do you have the experience, and do you have the skills needed for the job? That's it. That's it. Don't give a shit if you're gay. Don't give a shit if you're a girl. Don't give a shit if you're whatever. Who cares? If you're black, white, green, can you do the job? Do you fit the requirements for the job, and are you skilled? That's it. It's that simple. And Donna is now joining us in the Zoom room. Yeah, everybody's focusing on things, and the funny thing is the left hyper focuses on all the stuff that the right doesn't give two shits about, and then when we say stop focusing on it, the left goes, "Why do you even care? Why should this matter to you?" It doesn't, so shut the fuck up. It's that simple. It's not us that's causing the problem. We don't care if you're gay. What we don't want, however, is that to be who you present yourself as, and that's that's your fixation. If I'm hiring somebody for the job, I'm not hiring gay. I'm hiring Bob or Carolyn. That's who I'm hiring. I don't care about your sexual proclivities. I don't care what you do. I don't care what gets you off. It's not what you're being hired for. Keep that in your private life. And everything will be fine. But they can't. The left has to fixate on everything. Same way as, I'm black, I'm black, I'm black. Yeah, I see you're black. Stop it. Stop it. I see you're black. I'm white. I'm a cowboy. I'm white. Wouldn't that get really freaking annoying? If every time I came up to you, I said, "Hey, I'm John. I'm white and I'm a cowboy." And every conversation that we have, I've got to mention that I'm white and a cowboy. Shut the fuck up. Everybody can see it.
I love reading about history, especially this country. And it just freaking amazes me. How can we, as a nation, progress? We're one nation, and it's not because I'm white or black or brown or yellow or pink polka dot or whatever. It's just because I'm a human being, a civilized human being that wants to move, grow forward, improve, and yet we can't seem to get over the past.
Well, because the issue isn't really the past. The issue is people want to divide and always have a problem. All the things that the left said that they wanted, all the things that the civil rights movement said they wanted, they got.
They got it.
They got it 50 years ago.
Right. They got it more than that. It was more than that.
Oh, yeah, they've gone, it's been well past that. They've got more than that. They've got now special. They just wanted the same. They wanted equal. Well, that's what they said they wanted, but no, they want dominance, power, control, and they're like a bunch of kids. Doesn't matter what's going around in your life. They're always going to complain. The teenager living at home, that adolescent, mom and dad can't do anything right. They're stupid. They don't know anything yet. Mom and dad's providing the shelter, the food, the clothing, the internet, the games, everything. But mom and dad doesn't know anything. Judy says, "Hello, everyone," with her cowboy emoji. They need a girl. They need a cowgirl emoji. I said, "Well, how dare you, John? That might be a
how cute.
That might be a cowgirl with chemotherapy." Al says they call it affirmative action over there, positive discrimination over here. What the hell is positive about discrimination? Nothing.
Yeah, really.
Nothing. That's like saying we're going to get rid of assault by assaulting everybody that we don't like. It's like, no, that's right. So, no. Affirmative action is discrimination. Positive discrimination, no.
I worked construction for many years before getting educated and getting into computers and technology. and I got most of my jobs through affirmative action because, I worked for United Tribes a couple of summers. I did dirt work, and I was a female, and
you were
I was
the gal.
white.
Yep, you were the box.
White. Yeah,
He goes, "Oh my
I was
goodness!" He said the
white
box, called her the box. That was very
yeah,
politically incorrect.
because the
But
tribes
yeah,
had to go by this shit too.
yeah, it's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Folks saw I put up my first guitar video today. Man, I got to work on the lighting. That's a problem with DSLRs. You got to get the right lens, and then you got to get the right aperture. And I could jump up to a higher ISO, but then the quality was crap. So I'll get it worked out. And that was just my first. I just picked a spot and went with it.
No, I haven't seen it yet, so.
Yeah, it's just, well, you haven't seen it.
No, I've been busy, John.
Here it is. Here it is right there.
Yeah, right. No, I got a neighbor, her refrigerator went out on her. So it's been like hauling food and stuff to my freezers.
No, I get it. It was just a short thing. I explained earlier. I was talking to myself before everybody gets here. You can play a song and you can play whatever you want 50 billion times a day and be really comfortable with it. But if you're not used to playing in front of somebody, the first time you do it, or even several times you do it, you screw everything up. The same way as in front of a camera. You can do something 5 billion times and be the best in the world at it. The first time you try to do it in front of a camera, yeah, you're going to be dropping it. So.
Oh yeah.
I can't complain too bad. Judy says, "Oh my goodness, love it." Yeah, that
I
was
hate
just
cameras.
that was a simple. I wanted to hear how the microphone. That's off of the camera. I wanted to hear how the microphone was working, how I was going to process it through my video stuff. The sound is more important. Work on the lighting letter. You taught me that, brother. Yeah, well, yeah. When people listen to it, the sound is very important. So yeah, that was. I wasn't too dissatisfied with that. I just wanted to get the process up there. I'll flood in more light. When I get the dedicated camera for the studio, it's going to be a whole lot easier, because then that camera is going to be dedicated for that particular type of use. And when I get in the studio, I can just run. Like I said, I've got other mics. So I can run a mic through my sound system, same one I'm using now, run a mic through it, run it through a channel there, and then record through my OBS labs. The same thing that I'm broadcasting on now. So what I do is I just set it up and run the video straight in, but take up the whole screen. And OBS will take my audio from my soundboard, so I'll take care of the issue right there. But I didn't think that sounded too bad with just a on-camera mic. It's a nice guitar. That helps. Helps. But so yeah, we'll get that done. I'd figure I'd get that started for some extra content. Like I said, I'm a finger stylist. I play melodies. I do not strum my guitar. Not a strummer. I'm not a picker. I'm a finger stylist. Al said I tried to play the guitar back in the day, but my fingers were way disconnected from my brain. Just couldn't do it. Yeah, no, I get it. And I've said this about know your strengths and know your weaknesses. I can play the guitar. I mean, I'm not great, but I can play the guitar, and I can sing. I can't sing and play the guitar at the same time because I either forget the words or I mess up the guitar. So it's like one or the other. Remember I said about multitasking? Well, there you go. I can either sing or I can play the guitar. course, I'm not the only one. George Strait, if you ever watch him, he's got a
Oh,
guitar on
lovely.
stage all the time, and it's usually just it's propping up his hands. You know, he doesn't play it very often, and he'll strum a little bit when he's not singing, and then he'll sing, and he'll just stand there with his hands crossed over the guitar, and so yeah.
Yeah, Don Williams was always one of my favorites too. He was like that, just real laid back.
Yeah. Well, did he play while he was singing, or did he
Oh
not?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
did he?
he
Yeah,
could act.
George. See, George doesn't. George, go watch him perform, or watch his videos. When he's singing, he's singing.
Oh,
When
that's
he's
right.
when
I
he's
never
playing,
noticed
he's
that.
playing. Yeah, he just stands.
Oh, what the
Most of the
hell?
time, he just stands there with the guitar. It's strapped, but he's just standing there with the
Oh
guitar.
yeah. Okay, I'll have to pay attention to that
Yeah,
because
yeah, it's really weird. Yeah, it's really
I've got a
weird.
lot of his stuff, but I don't watch like
Yeah, he doesn't. He generally doesn't do
MTV
the
or
he.
stuff like that.
Yeah, he
So I
doesn't. He
don't.
doesn't do the two at the same time.
Oh wow.
I say it's the guitar is part of his clothing. 'Cause it's a prop on stage because he just and then he'll strum it a little bit in between when he's singing, but he could not, and it wouldn't matter because I guarantee he's not adding to the mix because he just sings. So I the people that can sing and play at the same time, it's like, wow, I can't do that. I just nope.
I think one of the first concerts I ever went to was Charlie Pride. God, that was
He's black.
yeah, I know that.
How dare you? No, just letting the viewers know that. Yes, Charlie Pride, and he's country, and he's
Oh,
black.
he's real good. He
It
is.
always gets me when the race baiters want to talk about how blacks can't be in country music and blah blah. It's like
Oh,
bullshit.
bullshit.
All we care about is, are you good?
There's several
Yeah,
black
go look up
artists.
Charlie Pride. Now
Yeah.
I thought Neil McCoy was black, and he's not black. He's Filipino and American, I think it is. But he kind of looks like he's one of those racially ambiguous looks where you go, he doesn't look white, but you can't place is he Mexican, is he black, is he but yeah, I think he's Filipino and white. Al says, I don't know anything about George Strait, only that my mate from Northern Ireland went to Nashville to see him this week, and the show was abandoned because of a thunderstorm. Oh, so George was playing in Nashville? Here's a little tidbit for y'all. George Strait is not, nor never will be, a member of the Grand Ole Opry. And you go, oh my goodness, why? Well, here's the thing. George is a very private guy, and he spends most of his time, unless he's touring, he spends it in Texas with his wife. They've been married forever. Good family man, likes his privacy, and if you become a member of the Grand Ole Opry, you are obligated to perform there quite often. And it just wasn't in the cards, so he's like, thank you, but no thank you. So he is not, nor never will be, a member of the Grand Ole Opry. Al says, my mate got to see the intro acts and 6 songs from George. Oh, okay. Well, 6 is good. So he got to see George on stage holding his guitar. Now that I tell you folks about that, you're going to notice it every single time you watch a video or a stage performance of his. Watch when he's actually playing the guitar, and a lot of times when it is, he'll just be strumming it, but he's not needed. He's not in the mix. But yeah, King George Strait, he is a true class act. There's no shame, George, not being able to pick and sing. I can't pick and sing. And I'm not going to lip sync it either.
Oh, my God.
Oh. So how's everybody's week thus far?
Busy.
Oh, excuse me. Busy. Busy as in productive and good, or busy as in, oh, my God?
Yeah, kind of half and half. Yeah. I set a trap to get what I thought was living under my plenum. I got me a possum this morning.
Oh, did you eat it?
No.
No, live, let him run away.
No, no, I trapped, it was in a live trap. Took it to the wilds.
Oh, okay. Al says it's a long way to go to see that, but my mate is a big Elvis fan, which is why he went. Well, somebody's got to be an Elvis. Elvis has a lot of fans. I'm not an Elvis fan. I like Elvis in his early years, but I'm not. I never got the hype of Elvis. I didn't get it.
There was a lot of things that he did that I really, really liked, but I was not a crazy fan.
Yeah, and I didn't get the whole clown outfit and fake judo shit on stage and the scarves and the end of his career was just, it was a freaking train wreck, and it was fed by a bunch of people that they couldn't get enough of it. I say it's Michael Jackson before Michael Jackson. You know, the career arc, and then what happened in the end. Judy says roasting in Oklahoma, but it's been good. Well, I'm glad it's good. Yeah, you guys are still over 100, right?
Yeah, it's about 104 right here, right now.
Yeah, but you're in Arkansas.
Well, I'm right next to Judy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm on the Oklahoma line.
On the Oklahoma line. Isn't that a song?
Yeah,
it should be. It should be. On the Oklahoma line. No, there should be. There is a song with something about the something line. Is it Georgia line or
Wichita lineman?
Well, yeah, but that's a classic song right there. Judy says yes. I am the lineman of the county. That is a true man, and that was one of those songs that broke through genre barriers of it in its day. I play that too. I said, of course he does. Of course he plays the Wichita lineman. But again, it's not, I don't play it tabs. I don't play the music. I play the melody. Al says he likes Elvis stuff, but Buddy Holly did it for me.
Buddy Holly.
Buddy Holly.
Yeah. Yeah, I like the 50s and 60s. Well, I like any kind of music.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. There's somebody. You said Buddy Holly, and this isn't Buddy Holly, but it reminded me of him. Lyle Lovett. No Buddy Holly. I don't know why it popped into my head. Why I do not like Lyle Lovett. Why he became popular for a short period of time is beyond me. He looks like he had a stroke and never came out of it. And didn't Julia Roberts marry him? It's quiet. Didn't Julia Roberts marry Lyle Lovett?
Yeah, I think she did.
Yes.
I love Lyle Lovett. I loved his music.
Oh, Lyle Lovett. Oh, my God. No.
I like that music.
Good on you. I do not care for Lyle Lovett.
Of course, I listen to most anything. I mean, except rap.
Judy says I can't stand him. He is gross. Yes, she did. Yeah. So there she answered. Yeah, he looks like his face is melting. It's the first few frames of Raiders of the Lost Ark when they open it up and the Nazis' faces start melting. That's Lyle Lovett. Oh, yeah, well, man.
I don't watch videos, but I listen to music and
Yeah, he's
there's a
got a.
lot of
I joke about me having a face for radio. Lyle Lovett has a face for radio.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
let's see if I can. Oh, let's see here.
Rap is crap. You got that right, Al.
Lyle Lovett. Oh my goodness. Yeah, here we go. Lyle, I mean, come on. And this is. What the hell? This is doing his best to hide his disintegrating face. But what the hell is that? What the
What hair?
Yeah, what hair? Yeah, what on earth? Now let's go with okay, this one same hair thing going on, but a little bit smaller, but they turn him so that you're only getting half of his face. Or like what is it? Is it like Joker from Two-Face? Two-Face from the comics, where half of his face is melted and the other half isn't. And what Julia Roberts saw in him is just they say beauty is only skin deep. Yeah, well, no. No. There are limits. There's subjective limits in what is attractive and what isn't. And again, I'm not a supermodel. I'm just an ordinary guy. But he looks like he never recovered from a stroke. Half of his face is melting, and this is the way he's been forever. Al said he must have had something else as big as his hair. No. You know what I think it is? Yeah, you know what I really think it is? It's the whore factor. Julia Roberts was a whore. Oh, he said that. No, stop and think about it. You watch the Lyle Lovett was on the rise. He was the 3-second it thing, and she married him. And I don't even think she married him very long. So I call it the whore factor. Kind of like Donald Trump and his wives. Whores. How dare you call his latest? She's the most wonderful first lady. She was a whore. Give me a break. Really? Really? She was going to be interested in Donald Trump. If Donald Trump wasn't rich and famous, she'd have been interested in Donald Trump? Bullshit. Look at Donald Trump's list of his list of wives. Go down and look at them. Tell me they're not whores. It is what it is. Women have been marrying for stature since the dawn of time, but it doesn't change what it is. Hell, guys do the same thing. Ugly, rich guys marry the whores, knowing that if they weren't rich, if they were eating Cheetos and brushing off their Cheeto fingers on their torn and holy wife-beater T-shirts, these girls wouldn't give them a second glance. So everybody plays the game. So let's call the game what it is. You can like them, whatever. But you can't tell me. There's no way on earth. Because the last time Donald Trump was halfway attractive was in his 20s. It is what it is. Everybody gets quiet. Oh my God, I don't believe John went there. He called Mrs. Trump a whore. Yeah. Well, hell, I did before he was president, so why would I change now? Oh, I got to change. See, people know my personal views on that piece of shit. Yeah, and I said it. But I can separate politics and pragmatism from who the man is, given the broad landscape that's out there. So I understand, and I've said this all along, I understand why people can support Donald Trump. I don't buy all the hogwash. He isn't as America-loving as people think he is. He doesn't do things for the reasons people think he does. He's a salesman. He's about Donald Trump. I get it. Oh, so you think Biden is better? I didn't say that. Two things can be equally true at the same time. Oh, that's enough. You want me to change the picture of Lyle? How's that? Sorry. Yeah. Go back to the American flag. But yeah, Donald Trump is a slime bag from way back. And you know what? I lost a lot of friends, or who I thought were friends, who up until the time that Donald Trump got the Republican nomination the first time were even worse in their vocalisms about the man than I was. But as soon as he got the nomination, they all switched. So it's like, did you really think that? Or was it popular to just be against the guy? I didn't switch my views. I didn't change my views. Still don't change my views. I wish there was this is my God's honest wish. I wish there was a reason that Donald Trump could remove himself from politics. Have him do it. You can't force him out, because then he's going to be a martyr.
Oh, no, he'll just go at it harder.
No, but what I'm saying, it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that it's impossible to force him out. That's irrelevant. If you did force him out, he's a martyr. So you can't do that. He's got to be the one to stop, and he's not going to stop. I think that there is a whole lot of political fires being set that don't need to be set because of allegiance to a man who is rightfully being persecuted unjustly. But we went over my thoughts on that. Trump revels in this shit, and he's using it for his own advantage. But the political landscape is being set on fire needlessly for a man that at most may get 4 years. Because that's all he can do. So, now what were you thinking, Donna?
Well, I was just thinking, being as this has all come about and everybody's in such a freaking uproar about it and everything, I think, and I hope that the one thing it does do is bring out publicly the exact same thing about Biden.
Yeah, well, we already know.
I know.
It's already out there. No, it's already out there.
The left don't see it.
No, the left don't care. And the left are spinning it into it's not that they don't see it, they're just refusing the reality. And until the Republicans that are in office grow a damn pair of testicles and a stiffened spine, it doesn't matter because they're all talk. They're all talk, and I'm sick and tired of every single one of them. All talk. Yep. Just like, Hillary Clinton. To include, how about, hey, remember this? Donald Trump running on putting Hillary in jail. The minute he got elected, gone. What's up, Trump? You ran on putting Hillary Clinton in jail, and you didn't even push the issue. So again, don't tell me about Trump. Don't tell me about the Republicans. Because they don't give a shit. They care about getting into office. That's all they care about.
Yep, that's all they care about is getting reelected.
I'm tired of the shows. At least the Democrats, as bad as they are, they're at least doing shit. If they say, I'm going to get elected to do X, Y, and Z, doesn't matter how illegal it is, doesn't matter how batshit crazy it is, they at least try to do it. And they've been accomplishing a lot. You can't say that with the Republicans. Because they're we're going to fight hard when we're not in a position to actually exert any sort of power and control. And then when we get the power and control, we're going to roll over on our back, spread our arms and legs, let them rub our bellies, and we'll show them what good lapdogs we are, and we can get along with the opposition. Stop it. Stop it. You're elected to do shit. Do it.
Exactly.
The left has been allowed to do everything that they have wanted to do with no meaningful consequences. And the right just sits and yappers and flaps their gums, makes all sorts of promises, and doesn't do a damn thing. I'm tired of the show. I want some go. And again, and Trump's doing the same. If I get elected, I'm going to clean house. That's what you said the first time, motherfucker. And the only thing that you cleaned house is your own staff. And I pointed that shit out too. People who are Trump loyalists are just as blind as the Democrats are.
Yes, that is true.
Now, that doesn't mean that everything Trump did was bad, but you better acknowledge the shit that he didn't do right, the shit that he did wrong, and that he isn't God walking the earth or the Messiah to save this nation. No one man is. So stop it. And like I said, Trump didn't do what he said he was going to do. He said he was going to drain the swamp. He's going to put Hillary Clinton in jail. Hillary Clinton in jail and drain the swamp. What swamp got drained? Like I said, the only people that lost their job when Donald Trump was in office the first time was his own freaking staff. Oh, he's this brilliant man, so freaking brilliant that he hires shitbird lawyers that make amateur rookie mistakes all the time. Can't clear up simple things. He takes advice from people that there is no way in hell you should be taking advice from. He's choosing as advisors and staff members where the rest of us go, what the hell are you thinking? That's the sign of a good leader? That's the sign of making good choices? I was like,
Another
you can't.
one
You
I
can't.
don't like is Chris Christie.
Oh, Chris Christie's a
Oh, God, that's a loser.
fat
isn't it?
fart is what he is. Jesus Christ. You want to know Chris Christie? Go look up his baseball uniform picture. Have you seen that?
No,
Oh, let's pull this up. This is Chris Christie.
well, I don't doubt it one bit. I can't stand the guy.
Let's see if I can pull this picture up. You're going to love this. This. There we go. There you go. Watch this. You ready, folks? You don't need to say a damn thing about Chris Christie, because this picture says it all. Drink it in, folks. That's Chris Christie. You could not. That is Chris Christie personified. You can't come up with a better
That's funny looking.
description or that is who the man is. Worthless, failed politician, running his yapper, can't stop feeding his face.
Typical politician.
Yeah.
Just
And here you go. Here you go. It's not even the fact of his weight. But you can guarantee if I was shaped like him and I was going out for a photo op to do shit like that, I would not put on the uniform like that. I'd get just a regular jersey and maybe some slacks or sweats or something like that. I would not try to wear the uniforms that they wear for men that are in shape. Al says, Chris Christie,
I don't think he's
Christie
even
the
got cleats
Marshmallow
on.
Man. No, he doesn't have cleats, but yeah, that's the
I
least
think
of.
he's just got regular tennis shoes.
Yeah,
on.
but that's the least, Donna. That's the least of the problems in that picture. Excuse me, coffee.
That was a photo op.
Yeah, but yeah, yeah.
I guess that's. I don't consider that an op, but
Yeah, this was not a
That is
smart
just
move on
funny.
his part. There's no way. And then he has nobody around him that's going to tell him the truth about shit.
oh no, no,
To say,
none of
hey,
them people
hey,
do.
Chris, no, this isn't a good look. This is not going to go well. Camel toe Christie. Get that fat piece of shit off my computer screen. Oh my God, yeah. No, I call balls and strikes. No pun intended. And there it is on Chris Christie. He is a piece of shit, has been a piece of shit for a long time. And I'll call balls and strikes on Donald Trump as well, because it seems like I'm about the only one out there that's in the conservative sphere that calls it, and calls it fairly and truthfully, but that would but that also at the same time goes, I understand why people support him.
Well, both Biden and Trump need to go away.
Oh, I agree. They are both stains on the political system and the nation. And I was praying, I think, like, Lord, please, yeah, after really, January 6th, have something happen where Trump just doesn't want to be involved in politics anymore, so that we can move on. We can't move on.
No.
Because this is not, if anyone thinks that this is about our nation and quote unquote democracy, we're not a fucking democracy. We're a constitutional republic. But you think it's about the nation and the Constitution and democracy and all these things. No, it's not. It's about Donald Trump. It's about Donald Trump. Do you think that anything that Donald Trump wanted to get accomplished couldn't be accomplished by any other politician? Of course it can. None of this is about the nation. Yes, we are being brought through it as a nation because of a grudge match between Donald Trump and the Democrat Party.
Yep.
That's all it is. But nobody's going to stand up and say that crap. This is going to be a roller coaster ride of an election coming up. He was indicted again. That shit isn't going to go anywhere. He's got hundreds of years worth of prison time if he's convicted, and it's run consecutively. He's not going to be convicted of anything. They're bogus charges. What he did, and what he's being charged with do not equate. They're not crimes. What he did was not a crime. You can not like what he did. You can disagree with what he did, but what he did was not a crime. But the left is going along with it as if it was a crime. And yeah, rah, shish kumbah. No, screw you. It's not going anywhere. And did you notice that? Do you notice what I did there? I spent 5 minutes pile driving Donald Trump. And then turned around and said, this is bullshit. What's happening? Yeah, see, I'm honest and I'm fair. Multiple things can be true at the same time. And I'm tired of the whole show. I'm tired of Donald Trump. I'm tired of Trump supporters that are blind to the reality concerning Donald Trump. That's not to be confused with Trump supporters that know that he's a flawed man, that don't like a lot of shit that he does, but still think that given all the options, they're going to vote for him. Like I said, I can understand that. I can respect that. What I can't respect are the people that are blind, loyalist zealots that cannot see the problems that are Donald Trump and has always been Donald Trump. That want to ignore, again, I'm going to throw Hillary in prison and I'm going to drain the swamp. He did? Really? But he's running on the same shit now. And people are going to, num, 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 eat that up. Why? Because they hate the Democrats. Well, that's a stupid freaking reason. Use your brain. Use your brain. Everybody's using their emotions and their anger and their biases.
That's all it's about. Emotions and feelings and bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm also not one of those people, Biden's not my president. Yeah, he is. Yeah, he is. I believe that he was illegally installed. I believe that was a complete sham and a shit show. But he's the legal president of the United States.
Yep.
That means he's my president. Bill Clinton was my president.
Yep.
Ronald Reagan was my president.
Jimmy Carter. All of them.
Jimmy Carter.
Every damn one of them. Nixon. Right. All of them.
Obama was my president.
Yep.
GW was my president. Big Daddy W was my president.
Yep.
Yeah, they were all my president. I don't play this. No, it's not my president. No. You can say I voted for him or I didn't vote for him, and that's fine. It doesn't make them any less your president. The same way as a mayor. You don't vote for your mayor, or you voted for the other guy. He didn't win. Some other person's the mayor. Oh, they're not your mayor? Of course they're your mayor. Stop it. It's bullshit. They're your... Then start and deal with holding them accountable. Barry wants to
this is
bitch,
just a
piss, and moan.
rerun. This is a rerun from Bush Gore.
Oh, this is worse.
You think it's worse? I don't know, boy. I tell you what, Dems were just as crazy.
Look. Nothing happened socially with the Bush and Gore thing.
Yeah, well, we didn't have
theater,
the internet shit going on either.
We had the internet.
We did, I know, but most people back then, we didn't have all the social media and
right.
everything.
Social media wasn't as big back then, but
right.
But yeah, so like I said, there's no you can't. Yes, there's a lot of things that have changed. Like 2 years of the left burning the freaking country down. Yeah, You wait until the election. And they've set up the system. I said, fix the problems. If you don't fix the problems, nobody on either side is going to trust the election. We already know that's going to happen.
Fix the problems.
And they don't want to fix it.
Right.
Right. So watch this upcoming election. Hold on. Keep your powder dry. See, rural America is going to be fine. Where I live is fine. Where you live is fine. But watch the larger communities.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to burn. They're going to burn. Neither side is going to believe the results of the election. And why the hell should they? They didn't fix any of the problems. And
neither side have believed in the election outcomes since the early 90s.
Right. The loser is always challenged. And
exactly.
And Hillary Clinton, for one, was one of the biggest proponents of saying that the election was stolen.
Exactly.
Her fucking words. And then when Trump says it, she acts like it's so terrible. Bitch, you spent 4 years claiming the election was stolen. He spent 6 months. Shut up.
Yeah, go back and watch some of those newsreels.
Right. Al says, as a Brit, this pish about the U.S. democracy continually pisses me off. Bugger all from the MSN or streaming shows actually state it's constitutional republic. Yeah.
Well, exactly.
But even politicians don't say that enough.
I know it.
It's like, stop it. Oh, this democracy. Democracy is the first word that they shit out of their face holes. Democracy, democracy. Our democracy, our democracy. Shit out of their face holes. We're not a democracy. Simply voting does not make you by default a democracy. We are a constitutional republic which uses some democratic measures, i.e. you vote. But it's all controlled by the Constitution. Doesn't matter who's voted in. That's why I said if you enforce the Constitution, it doesn't matter who the hell is elected. It's the same like a sports team. It doesn't matter if one team is a bunch of priests and the other team is a bunch of convicts. If you enforce the rules, it's an even playing field. They can only legally do the same things. So the problem isn't, like I said, the problem isn't term limits. People, oh, they think term limits gonna save that. No, term limits is like back to sports analogy. You got a team, and you're going to tell your players you can only play X amount of time per game. Do you think that's going to stop infractions of the rules? No. How the hell is that going to stop infractions of the rules? You're just switching players faster. Stopping the infractions of the rules gets done by enforcing the rules and having meaningful repercussions for breaking them. Until then, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how many times you swap players in. It doesn't matter. Same way with politicians. It doesn't matter how many politicians you swap in. Oh, we got to get rid of these politicians. They've been in office too long. So we get term limits. I don't care. Who cares? You think like AOC or freaking Feinstein, and I know two extremes there. Waters. Yeah. Do you think that the people that voted them in would vote in anybody different substantially than who they've got in? If they got rid of Feinstein and they brought in somebody else, do you think that it's going to be somebody that's going to do something different than what she's doing? No. So why does it matter who's in office? Enforce the freaking rules. Enforce the Constitution.
There's no way, because it is not about solving anything anymore. It is about the next election.
Right. Next election, power, control.
Exactly.
Fame. Stop it. The American people need to take the country back. They need to take it back from the people that are in office. We are not separate. I've written about this time and time again. The government is not something apart from the people. It's made up of the people. Every police officer is a person in your community. They eat, sleep, shit, and piss just like you do. They pay taxes just like you do. They're a member of the community just like you are. They just have a different job. There is no government versus the people. The government is the people. So take care of it. We're not subjects. Mayors don't have these little fiefdoms. Governors don't have these little fiefdoms. Federal employees don't have a giant kingdom that they're running. They run the government. They're elected to run the government, not to run the people. The Constitution was written to control government, not govern the people. Government is put in place to make sure that the Constitution is followed, adhered to, and the nation runs the way it's supposed to run. And in the Constitution, we are given means to correct the problems when the tyrants don't do what the hell they're supposed to do. We have means. I tell people, you can remove everybody. Everybody who has any sort of office in the United States can be removed. Everybody, to include a Supreme Court justice. They can be removed. The judges in your local area can be removed. Chiefs of police, sheriffs, dog catchers, the president, senators. Everybody can be fired from their job. There is a mechanism in place to get them removed. What it is different for the location and the job. But there is a means to get them removed. Do it. When they start getting removed from their jobs, and then criminal charges for violating the rights of citizens and meaningful punishment, then shit gets back on track. But there is a whole machine out there that doesn't want the citizenry to know this, and they benefit from chaos because emergency and chaos gives them power. So therefore, create emergency and chaos. Stop it. go, oh my God, John's in a mood tonight. I wasn't. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of it all. And I'm tired of not enough people are speaking truth to power. They're not being honest about it. Oh, they got to think about what people are gonna think about them. It's like, look, I'm already getting hammered from Facebook. Go from 5.5 million views a day down to just over 3,000 a day. Fuck you. People who follow my content know my views. And they don't have to agree with all my views. People don't even have to. Here you go. You can disagree with my views on Donald Trump, but one thing you can't do is you cannot refute that anything that I said about him wasn't the God's honest truth. You can feel differently about it. You can say it doesn't matter. Fair enough. But nobody can say that what the Whiskey Cowboy said was not true. Kind of reminds me, one of the closing statements, I don't know if it's going to make it into the radio interview. Here's a little snip. I'd made a quip about it. I said, it's like, they can't cancel me. They can't cancel me because I haven't made it. It's like, how can you cancel somebody that only has, on Facebook, only has 3,000 views a day now? How do you cancel them? I haven't made it. I have been pretty much a nobody. I'm a small fish. I'm a single voice shouting into the abyss. And I've got a very small following. Is what it is. Cancel me. What am I going to do? Okay, let's say, worst case scenario, let's say they could actually cancel me. I have free time. It's like, no, really. It's like, okay, you think I'm going to canoe any less? Well, okay, that's fine. Then I just won't take video and share it. I'm still going canoeing. That's one less thing I have to worry about when I'm canoeing. You think I'll go on less drives? Do you think my bills aren't going to get paid? We already went over that. I could shut down. 5 minutes from now, I could say, I'm retiring. I'm not doing this. It wouldn't affect my financial situation one bit. It wouldn't. I wish. I wish. But it is what it is. So I'm grateful for those who support my content. Speaking of which, if you like my content and you'd like to help out, there's a link underneath the show. There's a link where you can donate directly. You can set up a monthly installment, or you can just do a one-time payment of whatever amount you want. It's super easy. If you set up a monthly, you can cancel it at any time. I had people cancel after they weren't getting my shit for a month because of Facebook. I get it. I don't have ill will to them. They stopped getting my content. People thought that I was gone. I'm still getting, if you go to my page, people pop in and go, oh, I'm glad you're back, or oh, I didn't know that I didn't know this was happening. I wasn't getting any of your stuff. That's why I always tell people, I try to tell them often, if you don't hear from me, if you don't get my content, go to my page. You're missing shit. I didn't go anywhere. But that's the nature of social media as well. People like to get spoon-fed stuff, and they like to get spoon-fed stuff that they get for free. I get it. I'm not saying that. I'm not bitching. That's the way it is. It doesn't change. It's the way it is. So, okay, please help support my content. I do have bills to pay. I've got equipment that I want to invest again. I got in another action cam so I can make better videos, specifically driving videos, so I can get side shots, which is very crucial in New Hampshire, because when you're going down the road, a lot of the stuff is on the side. You can't see it. Thus far, it's still out of my pocket. That's another $250 out of my pocket. I didn't need to do that. Like I said, set up a new studio in the other room in a couple months. good chances are, whether or not people contribute or not, I'm still going to have to make the investment. I went from 1 monitor to 2 monitors because I went live streaming. And I was finding one wasn't enough to spread around all of the things that I have to run to do it. I paid for that. Now, I do have some very gracious supporters, and they have given me what I consider gracious donations. They weren't lottery-sized donations, but I understand how things are, and I thank them very much for it. So again, thank you. But what I've asked is, I've got X amount of people that follow my content. A fraction of that follow it, let's say, religiously. They do it. They're there all the time. Even through this last month that people weren't getting my contact, there are people that still were around. If a fraction of the people that follow my content even gave me $5 a month, yeah, that would actually start paying my bills. It's $5 a month. 5. People spend more than that on cigarettes. People spend more than that on beer. They spend more than that going to a movie. Now, I'm not saying don't stop doing these things. I'm saying, what's your priorities and what do you think is important in life? And I go, God, John, you bring up this quite often. Yeah, but all of the other commentators out there, they bring it up every show as well. Name me one commentator out there that isn't shilling clothing, that isn't talking about their Patreon account, that isn't talking about this and that. They all do it. I'm just a little bit more forward and saying, yeah, the little guy actually needs it more than the big guy. Why? Because the big guys, they're dealing in volume. I've got a smaller volume. But I'm working just as many hours, and I'm doing it alone. They've got staffs, most of them. Not all. Another guy out there. Single man show, except for Win the Blonde. Matt Christensen, great guy. Matt, shout out to you again. He's another one of those small guys you might want to think about supporting. And he's doing a shit ton better than I am because he's actually paying his bills. Well, John says he doesn't pay his bills. No, I pay my I pay my bills. He's actually paying his bills off of his social media content. Yeah, every once in a while I'd like to be able to, buy some whiskey, off of the show proceeds. Do something off of the show proceeds. I got the new paddle. Two family members, and Laurel. If you're watching the show, Laurel, thank you very much. The only 3 people that donated for that new paddle. 3 people. 2 of them were family members. And Laurel.
Where is Laurel? She's not here tonight.
Well, if she's here, she hasn't
chimed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Connie has been a big supporter. She's in hard times right now. I understand it. And I already told her from day one, do not put yourself in any financial binds. And that's what I tell people. Do not. Thank you very much. You go, man, he's now telling people not to pay him money. It's like, no, I understand there are some people that they don't have the wherewithal, or it's going to interfere with other important things in their life. But that is not the vast majority of people out there. It's not. And I've also said I will never put content behind a paywall. Everything that I put out is going to be open for everybody. Period. Al says, where are your support links, brother? They're underneath the show. They're on every show, and on my Facebook page, they're pinned posts. They're where to send stuff to me via the mail. That's another way. You can send stuff to me. You got a hat, got a T-shirt, got a sweatshirt, got something you think I'd like. That's another thing. You know, I paid for an external mailbox because folks said they wanted to send me stuff. I've only had one person send me stuff, and that was Judy. I've had people tell me they want to send me whiskey. Okay. They want to send me a hat. Okay. Here you go. I purchased an external mailbox so that folks could send me stuff. One person. Again, that's more money coming out of my pocket. And I'm not saying this because I'm bitter or angry. I'm saying this to let people know this is what's happening. This is what's happening. Oh, we love your content. We love that you're speaking out. Keep fighting, keep fighting. Don't let them get you down. Okay, fair enough. There's links below the show, and there's a lot of stuff there that you can do. That's like I tell. One of the things is like, emoji, share my content on Facebook. Nobody's sharing my damn content. They like it. When I say nobody, very few. Every person that likes my content should share my content. Should be a given. This costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. Your friends already know that you liked it or you commented on it because that's coming up in their feed anyways. So share it. Bring it up directly. This doesn't cost you anything. It makes a world of difference for me. Why? The algorithms. If there's enough shares, enough likes, enough comments, comment, it forces the algorithm to say, this is, because it's all run by AI now. I got slammed. I can't get out of the slam. Excuse me. If everybody does that and helps the algorithms, it'll trigger me out of the slam. Guaranteed. May not happen in a month, but hopefully in a few months, it'll force it out of the non-recommending. And they need to start putting my stuff back in. And Al, I know you've got other stuff. Please do not donate to me, Al. Please. He goes, oh, there he goes again. He's telling people not to. I know certain people's situations. Support me other ways, Al. Please. But those that are able to, come on. Like I said, I've paid for everything out of pocket. People would not work a week what I make a month in donations. And I'm putting that very mildly. That's an understatement. You would not work a week for what I make a month. Here. So yeah, I mean, I do it for the right reasons. I can articulate well. I articulate people's frustrations, their fears, their anger, their concerns, and I answer their questions. I get it. I get it. But it's like a free picnic. It's like, come on, I'm feeding the world here. How's about just a little bit of chipping in? But I didn't want to make this show about everybody needs to give him some shit. No, but I'm just letting people know it's available. It's out there. Nobody thinks about it. They think that everything's going great. Everything's going great. Then come winter, we've got heating oil bills, so my budget takes another hit. COVID came, family income dropped a third or more because of certain industries were hit. Not getting into details, but yeah, I saw a hit too. And I was still putting out content every day. Still writing long-form articles. I put up a long, long one today. I have greatly reduced the length of my articles and commentary because people just they don't read. Some do. They should read it all, but I have found that the shorter the better. Yes, Al says, brother, I'll continue to support you by sharing your content. Thank you. Thank you. So now we need to see what everybody else is doing. Like I said, I've taken a huge hit on Facebook. Screwed. But I'm trying to bring out other content. So I've got more stuff up on YouTube, and everything that goes on YouTube goes on Rumble. Get the guitar stuff sorted out. And again, these are just, they're fluff stuff, but it's content, and I figure people may want to see it, and they'd enjoy it. So there it is. Say, John, man, stop it. You cannot play. Fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, never professed. Like I say, I don't play the guitar. I play with the guitar. No, I play the guitar. It's fine. I'm not Joe Satriani or I don't know. Most any of them. Hey, I'm at least as good as George Strait. Oh. Yeah, like I said, go watch King George. You'll see, and you go, oh my God, he is. He's just standing there with a guitar. Yeah. Yeah. He's a class act, though. So what else? What else we got going on? It's 9:27. We got a half an hour. Come on. Burning the early evening oil. Not the midnight oil. Donna got all quiet there. She's like, no, I'm not going to step into that shit. Let it roll. Let it roll. Yeah, a lot of political hogwash going on out there. It's not going to amount to anything.
Nope.
Trump's not going to spend a day in jail.
Nope.
Judy says, I need to go to your page. I was working all day. I got a few things in my feed. On my breaks, I will start. Oh, I will start sharing much more. Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, it's all important. Everything's important. It's just everything's important. And as you see, I'm still trying to, okay, what do people want? How can I best get the content that they want? People seem to really like the canoeing videos. My daughter was very, very gracious on the last trip.
I don't get on Facebook every day.
Right, and if you don't, I mean, that's not a problem. It's just when you do, just go and hit the page. And I can see the people that do that. Like every 3 days or so, the same name will pop up, and they'll go through and they'll go, okay, well, there's 15. They hit 15 posts, and it's like that's great because that helps.
I guess I have an aversion to Facebook.
Yeah, well, and if you're not, whatever. I mean, you come here.
Yeah.
So.
Well, the only thing is everybody I know's there.
Right.
You know?
Well, I've said that all along too. I'd be any place other than Facebook except for the fact that everybody's on Facebook.
Yeah, everybody's there.
So there's problems and we get throttled, but it's the only place. I've went through the numbers on the other platforms that I mirror content on, and it's pathetic. It's like Minds. I had 19 people follow me on Minds. It's like, why the hell would I republish all my articles there when I have only 19 people following me? It's not worth the time to republish it.
Yeah.
MeWe's 200 and I think 70. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out. Let's find out. We haven't heard that in a while. Let's find out. MeWe. Let's see how many people. 278. I was going to say 270. 278 people on MeWe. 278. People have more friends than that on Facebook. But
I've only got like 7.
Well, yeah,
I've had like
yeah. Well, it's the
7
same way as
for
like me. I don't
years.
have my personal account. I've lost most of the friends. I don't have very many. Let's find out. I'm going to find out how many friends that I have on my personal account.
I've tried.
I have,
just out of curiosity. I have tried my best to close down. Can you pull me up on Facebook and see what you can see?
Yeah, after I get check this out.
Okay.
I've got 114 followers on my personal page, and of course I don't publish anything on my personal page anymore. I haven't in 10 years. Well, I do every once in a while. That's it. I post some things that I can't post here. Like I post a picture of my house, and I can't post it in the channel because then you can see my house.
Right.
But yeah, so that tells you I don't have copious amounts of people. Now let's go to your page here.
Yeah, look me up and see what you see. I've often been curious about that because.
Okay, what's your name on there?
Donna Justice.
Yeah, Donna Justice. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, you got a black and white picture now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, little girl up against a fence or something like that.
That's me.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay. Yep.
Me and my brother.
Yeah, you got a camping spot there. Oh, you've been taken after Gus.
Well, that was my little 17-footer. I loved.
Yeah, it's
loved
about
to camp.
what's that about 1/16 of the size of
Yep.
Gus's. Now that's not that bad.
Hell,
No,
I never in it. The only thing I used it for was sleeping, and if it rained,
Yeah, what'd you want me to check on there?
I was just wanting to see what you could see on it. Can you see like friends or anything else?
Friends.
I don't know.
No friends to show. About there's nothing there.
Yeah,
You got to cover.
yeah, okay.
You
Well,
probably got most everything set to private, which is
Yeah, I do.
fair enough. Mine's the same way. The missus is the same way. So I get it. But how many friends do you have?
7.
Oh, only 7. Yeah, so you would, excuse me, I'd still say share anyways, because it hits the algorithms. It's great when people that have a lot of friends and a lot of followers share, because that will roll over. It'll keep going, but any share is good.
Like I said, I have this aversion to Facebook. I don't want to put anything out there. You know what I mean? Yeah, I wish something else would take over. I wish it would crash and burn and something else would come to light.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
I know.
Oh, folks may have noticed I posted up I haven't posted reviews of whiskey on Facebook in probably 8 years, maybe. I posted up a review. Judy keeps looking for 1776. I posted up a review of 1776. That's why I posted it up, Judy. It was actually because it's the one that keeps coming up, and you say you kept looking for. Posted up my actual full review. Let's see here. So folks can see. The top part's just a blurb, and the bottom part, all of this, I'll just highlight it. All of that is my classic review. I mean, I give them a full review. Give the age statement, how it was served, the color, viscosity, nose, palate, finish, overview, and price. And the reviews start with just a little bit of information about the whiskey itself and or the distillery. So they were full on reviews. But the review section on the internet was just like freaking, it's chucker block full. So, yeah. Judy says, "Oh, I seen that. Loved it." Oh, I'm glad. And you want to know there's very few reviews out there that will break it down with as many notes and the way that I do. So I'll try to slide reviews in for the various whiskeys so that folks can get to it. I remember when folks started to figure out that I had a Facebook page and it wasn't for whiskey purposes, and I'd invite people to it. And they're like, "I don't drink whiskey." It's like, oh my God, no, I'm a social and political commentator who also does whiskey reviews, but the Facebook page, I had virtually no reviews on it. That was Instagram and on my website. It's like, no, you don't have to like whiskey. You don't have to even care about whiskey, because it's going to be a drop in the bucket, no pun intended, for the content that I put out there. It's like I said, and I also do whiskey reviews. And it's not when I say, "Oh, John knows whiskey." No, I know whiskey. Go read my reviews. I know whiskey. When I talk about whiskey on the show, we do peripheral things, and I'll tell you, yeah, it's good whiskey, or no, it's not a good whiskey, and I may tell you a couple notes and give you a couple directions on what it is, but, it's not like the review. Judy will tell you, it's like, holy shit, that's so much different than what he was saying on the show. Yeah, because that's my actual review. Other than that, I just tell you whether it's a good whiskey, whether it's a good price whiskey, and whether you should buy it or not, and that's it. But yeah. Yeah, 1776. It is a good whiskey. Twitter is toxic. Yes, it is. So yeah, I'll be posting up some more. Maybe once a week, maybe twice a week. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Because it shouldn't be my main focus on Facebook. And I have plenty of whiskeys. I've got plenty of reviews out there. I'll slide them up. Like I said, right now I've got 50-ish, something like that. Now, some of them I don't drink very often. They're just up there. They've been sitting on the shelf. And I've got probably 10 to 20 that I rotate in, and I get, I'd say there's probably at least 10 that are staples, that are always there. I got asked in the radio interview before it shut down. I said, go ahead and recommend a whiskey. And it's like, oh my God. See, unlike most other people, I hate just recommending a whiskey, because I want to recommend the right one. I have to ask a few questions first so I get it in the ballpark and go boom. Because like if you don't like higher proofs, me doing 100 proof or more isn't gonna help you out any. So I had to go with my standby that I consider this when in doubt. This is my when in doubt whiskey. Does anybody remember my when in doubt whiskey? I've mentioned it many times. If you need to have a gift, either for yourself, special occasion or not, just when in doubt. Does anybody recall my when in doubt whiskey? Now, as soon as I say it, you're going to go, yeah, he said that before. Yeah, because it's the only whiskey that I say when in doubt. Now, that doesn't mean that I think it's the best whiskey out there. It's not. It's not. And I've got other whiskeys that I would grab before I grab it. But this is one, if I want a whiskey, I want to drink whiskey, but I don't want to think too hard about it, but it must be pleasant. And it has all the right notes and nothing bad. But, like I said, I don't have to think about it. This is the whiskey that I recommend. Nobody's typed up anything. Don is like, no, I got no idea.
No, I don't have a clue when it comes to beverages.
My libations.
Your libations.
Devil's
yes.
Cut. No, Devil's Cut is not my. Devil's Cut's good. It's one of the I think that it's extremely underrated. It's extremely underrated. And I enjoy it. Very oaky, but not harsh. It's just it's a very very good low cost bourbon. No, my when in doubt is Elijah Craig small batch. Comes in at 94 proof, but it doesn't drink. It drinks more like a mid 80s. Very pleasant, very nice, suitable for good occasions or a daily pour. Priced very well. Good for new drinkers, and seasoned drinkers like it as well. Again, is it the best whiskey out there? No, it's not. I like 100 proof or just over 100. That's my go-to. And spicy. That's not Elijah Craig. Well, he's got a pinch of spice, but it's not. I've got other ones that are like, oh my goodness, yes. But when in doubt, Elijah Craig, small batch. So that's what I had to go with. But normally I go, what you want me to recommend a whiskey? Okay, what's your price range? What don't you like? Is it for a seasoned drinker? Do you know what they like? What direction? You know, do they like a wheated whiskey or a bourbon or a high rye bourbon or a rye or a scotch or an Irish? What do they like? Then you go scotch or Irish, okay. If it's scotch, do they like peated or unpeated? If they like rye, do they like botanicals or not? Peated or unpeated? Mm-hmm. Peat is, you know what peat moss is, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, they smoke it with peat moss.
Oh, okay.
So the peat flavor gets in the scotch.
Wow.
So, I'm trying to think of Glenmorangie is non-peated. That's what I like. Non-peated. And they're not the only one that isn't peated. Glenmorangie isn't. But then you've got Glenfiddich. That's peated. People love Glenfiddich. I got Glenfiddich on my shelves. I don't drink it because I'm not a fan of peat. I have it because I reviewed it. And I'll review anything. Even if I don't like it, I can tell whether it's good, and I've gone over that before too. I can drink a botanical rye, and I can tell you whether it's good or bad. I remove the botanical from my consideration. I go, what are the other notes? Is this a good representative? Is this a good representative of a botanical rye? If it is, great. If it isn't, whatever. And then I can tell you what I like. Now, folks know what I like. I like a non-botanical rye. When in doubt, go high rye bourbon because they're not botanical, but they give you plenty of rye spices. And if you like Irish, well, do you like Irish with spice or do you like non-spice? I'm trying to think. I got a few Irish, not many. Bushmills, red and black, are good Irish. Not spicy. Powers, some of their varieties, spicy. Now, I like both of them. What's another one? Dewar's, not spicy. But no, Dewar's is a Scotch. Sorry, not Dewar's. I do have Dewar's too. Tullamore Dew. That's what I was thinking. Tullamore Dew. Not spicy, generally. So it's like, what do you want? What direction do you want to go in? And then I offer up, this is what I recommend. We already talked about one of the other shows of whether I would recommend a $250 bottle to wow somebody or get them 5 to 7 bottles of nice whiskey that if they didn't know the price, they wouldn't know the difference between that and a $250 bottle anyways. Go to 5 to 7 bottles. Yeah, the number of bottles is going to wow them more than oh wow, I got an $800 bottle of whiskey. Fine. Damn, couldn't you spend that $800 and gotten me 20 bottles of whiskey? Because it's going to take the same amount to drink one bottle, whether it's a $20 bottle or whether it's an $800 bottle. It's got the same amount of juice in it. It's going to take the same amount of time to drink. So give me more. Give me the other ones. If you want low-cost whiskeys, I'm pretty good at telling where the bottom shelf beauties are. And bottom shelf is a term, usually they'll put the lower cost whiskeys on the lower shelves. They're now starting to mix them up, but it's usually they put them down the lower shelves. Yeah, it's like, okay, you're gonna give me steak. You're gonna give me give me 4 filet mignons or 10 New York strips. Give me 10 New York strips. It's good steak. Give me 10 of them. That's fine. I mean, you don't want crap, but you don't need to have crap. Because I've listed fantastic bottom shelf whiskeys that you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't know the difference. You can get them for some as low as $15 to $17. And it's easily a $45, $50 pour. You go, shh, don't tell them that. Keep the prices low. And then you get $40, $50 pours that are like, this is crap. It's like, what the hell? It's called the landmines. Avoid the landmines. What do you think of this? If I know, I'll tell you. If I've never had it, I'll say I've never had it. Never had it. Only certain whiskeys hit my market. Is what it is. Some of them need to come back. I need an Eagle Rare. Hey, Eagle Rare, get back in New Hampshire. So I say, New Hampshire Liquor Commission, get Eagle Rare back in. Old Granddad, 114. Need it back. Last bottle I bought in Vermont. Another extremely underrated for the price. People love it, but for the price, Old Granddad 114. It's 114 is just 114 proof. Oh, and rare breed, wild turkey, lower the proof point again. That's what I bitched about it with Al the last time we talked about it. It's like, yeah, it's good, but I liked it just a smidge lower. It was only like 2 to 3 proof points lower, but it was spot on. And they increased the proof point, and I think they ruined it. Well, they didn't ruin it. It's still good. I don't think it's as good. But I don't make these decisions the same way as I don't make the decisions with like Powers. Powers signature release, awesome. Not as good as John's Lane. And I can get John's Lane all day long. It's not a problem. But they discontinued signature release and went with 3 Swallow. Well, 3 Swallow is like, I'd say it's a $15 to $20 less whiskey sold for $5 more than their signature release was, and it's missing the great things that made signature release what it was, which was spice. Don't know why they did it. Not my choice. Not my decision. So yeah, I'll be sliding those reviews back in.
Yeah, I've got a couple of bottles. When my husband died back in 16, he drank like Maker's Mark
Mm-hmm.
and Dicky
George Dickel.
Dickel. Yeah, Dickel.
So yeah, John knows whiskey. Yeah,
Yeah.
George Dickel. Maker's is good. That's a weeded whiskey. It's good. I don't care for their base expression. Where I start out is 46. Like, oh, that's good.
Yeah, I don't have a clue. So,
Yeah, well, I'm letting everybody else know. That's where you want to start. Maker's 46 and above. I mean, Maker's below that, their base expression is fine if you're going to mix it and stuff like that. If you like a weeded whiskey, you probably like it anyways. That's fine. It's fine. I just start out at 46 for my money because I try to keep so many whiskeys on hand. For my money, it's not worth me getting just Maker's Mark. Just go 46.
yeah, I couldn't care less.
Yeah. Well, it's the same way with Jameson. I don't do base expression. I don't do base expressions very often. I go one or two steps up. My son, he likes Jameson and 7-Up. And it's like, okay, you know, I don't. I start higher in the food chain, and I'm not going to mix it with soda. Yeah. So yeah, nothing wrong with that. It's good that they're all out there and they're offering them up. I just don't normally start with the base expressions. And no, it's not because he's got to be manly. It's like, no, I just think that the flavors come out better at some of the higher proof points. Like I said, mid 90s to 120. I can go a little higher than that, but whatever. Usually mid 90s to 120. Close to 100, that's a sweet spot for whiskeys. Doesn't matter what kind of whiskey it is. That's a sweet spot. I can get some that are under 90, and they're fine. I got some 86s or something like that. 94, like the 94. The Elijah Craig small batch is 94, and it's fine. But the flavors really they start coming out when you get into the mid 90s on up. Judy says, I'm a whiskey girl, but I like to drink it with my beer. Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
Oh man.
She's one of those that, what is it? They take a shot of whiskey and drop it in a mug of beer.
Oh, like what's that called? A Boilermaker or something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's called. But
yeah, they take a shot glass of whiskey and then they drop it in a mug of beer. No, but I don't think that's what she means. She's probably mean you have whiskey and then you have beer on the side and you go back and forth. Now replace the beer with water and that's you've got me. But no, because I don't want anything interfering with the flavor of the whiskey. Because again, I'm a whiskey sipper. A lot of people they shoot their whiskey. It's like, nah, don't do that. I mean, you can, but Judy says, no. But yeah, I pair it with I have dark chocolate a lot with my whiskey. It's a good pairing. I love
dark chocolate. Hey, chocolate, yeah.
Ghirardelli's dark chocolate.
No, I'm not particularly Ghirardelli, but
well, that's my sweet spot. I like they're consistent. It's a good chocolate. They cost a little bit more than some of the others out there.
it's a good chocolate.
But, plus, they come in I like the individual foil packs, which is nice. Yeah. So I get them in the big bag, but they have the individual foil packs. They're in single, and then you just rip them open. So I'll take one Ghirardelli's square, and that'll last me 1 to 3 pours. But no, I don't drink. I don't drink beer with my whiskey. If I'm drinking beer, I'll drink beer. Other folks, you can do whatever you want to. That's fine. I'll give you shit, but I always come back and say, do what you want. You're the one drinking it. It's not me. If you enjoy it, that's fine.
Oh, that's true.
Judy says, "Oh, I love dark chocolate." Yeah, and dark chocolate and whiskey pair up absolutely, just marvelous. They bring out the best of both. Now I know we've got more people watching because the numbers are still there, and nobody's talking.
They never are. I don't know what's up with that.
Yeah, it's fine, but I said, yeah, John scared everybody away with his
Rants.
earlier.
Yeah, your rant scared them all.
Yeah. It is what it is. Like I said,
Hey,
people,
whatever.
you can disagree with my views on things, but it's impossible to disagree with the facts.
Yeah, I love
It is what it is.
listen to people rant.
And I can separate. And these are my personal biases and beliefs, and then there's the pragmatist side of things. So again, I understand things. It's fine. I get it. It is what it is. And yes, if Donald Trump wins the nomination, I will be voting for Donald Trump.
Yep.
How do you like that? Because it is what it is. We can't afford not to.
Have you checked out that? What the fuck is his name? Ramaswamy or some god awful name? Some freaking looks like it's a made up name.
Oh yeah, he looks, what is he? Is he Indian
Pakistani
or
or something,
Pakistani?
I don't
Yeah,
know.
and it looks like his
I don't know what it is.
his name has letters that you shouldn't be in there. Yeah, I've seen that. I'm not familiar with him, but I have seen him.
You haven't done any research on him yet.
Nope.
So.
To me, it wasn't important.
Yeah, well,
It would be a curiosity at best because
it is curious.
You know, the same way as
I'm
who else is running? Who's the
Tim Scott.
Tim
and
Scott. Yeah, it's like
Nikki Haley.
yeah. I
And
know
DeSantis.
Scott and I know Haley. Their curiosity is at best out. They're not going anywhere.
I don't think so, but Haley was a very, very good on foreign policy. She was really good on foreign policy. But Scott, he's relatively new. I don't think he'll go anywhere.
Haley's
And-
not going anywhere either. Neither Scott or Haley are going in. Nobody is going anywhere. Trump is going to get the nomination.
Yeah, I was
Trump's getting the nomination.
I just didn't see DeSantis come in, but I don't think he'll make it.
DeSantis is not going to get it.
No, they are really
and they're
concentrating on
ripping.
tearing him up right now.
DeSantis is making some mistakes. I get it.
Yeah. Well, they all
but
make
see, Trump does the same thing, but everybody just ignores Trump's
I know
farbles.
it. I know it.
So I don't even get into that Trump DeSantis thing. My ideal world would be, and do I think DeSantis is perfect? No, I don't.
No,
None of them are. Right. Excuse me.
They're people.
Trump dropping out for natural reasons, either personal choice or health reasons or something like that.
That ain't
Excuse
going to
me.
happen.
And then DeSantis coming in. That would be the best case scenario.
Yeah.
But short of that, DeSantis isn't going anywhere. And again, Scott and Haley, they're not going anywhere. Scott's a good guy. I think Scott, I think he should focus on local and state level politics. I
Yeah.
think that's probably best where he is. He does not have the staying power to do a national election.
Not this steep. I think he needs to, like you say, stay for a while, state, and see how he does.
Yeah. He doesn't have enough experience. He doesn't have enough notoriety. He just
Right.
he's not a national player. Judy says Vrek Ramsey is interesting, but I get a weird vibe
Oh,
from
I've
him.
heard that name too, but I haven't checked him out yet either.
And then
so.
Christie, he's dicking around too. He's not gonna. Christie isn't gonna go anywhere. Stop it.
There's another idiot called William Hurt, and I mean, he's
Yeah.
a freaking idiot.
And Pence isn't going anywhere.
Oh, Pence ain't going anywhere.
There's.
I
Yeah.
don't know why these people get in there.
Oh, it's FaceTime. It's just
Evidently.
FaceTime. It's a lot of, and it pissed me off about the 16 election. It's like too many people in
Oh,
there
yeah,
for
there was like
FaceTime. Everybody
17 of
get the hell out of there. None
Yeah,
of you people
exactly.
aren't. Here was what I this is my hindsight prediction. I predicted it, but it didn't happen because they didn't do what they said, what I told them to do. If the vast majority of the politicians running in 16 left, Trump would have not gotten the nomination, and we wouldn't be in this situation now.
Yeah. Well,
Trump only got the nomination because the vote was divided amongst so many players that he ended
Right.
up with the most out of what was left. He didn't win a plurality. Shit ton more people didn't want him than wanted him, but there was too many people to vote for. If most of them had gotten out of the way and left just a couple other front runners, Trump would not have won the
I think-
election or won the
I think
nomination.
that's all by design.
Yeah,
I
well-
think it's all by design.
And then the Trump vote was the fuck you vote.
Yeah, pretty much.
I
Well,
hate the
yeah.
Democrats. The Democrats said he couldn't do it. He's talking shit. We're tired of limp-wristed gum flappers that don't do anything. So we're going to elect somebody that's going to duke it out with the left. And then what happened? He didn't duke it out with anybody. He duked it out with his staff and talked a bunch of shit and pissed off people, and then let them steamroll him with damn impeachment proceedings. And
Oh yeah,
it's like so.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
So yeah, I don't trust 1 minute that if Trump is elected again that there's going to be. God, I wish, but I don't. Look, he's saying the same things that he was saying before, and he didn't do anything. It is what it is.
Yep.
Is it better than having Biden or anybody on the left? Yeah, probably, except for maybe Junior.
Yeah. Boy, they have shit on him.
And there's many policies that I disagree with him on, but he's
Well,
he's an old school Democrat, and he's willing to change. He is willing to change his views once he does deep dives into issues,
Exactly.
which is
But
not seen very often. So yeah,
they really are shitting on him big time though.
yeah, because he's a threat.
Yeah,
He's a threat.
I wish he would. Yeah.
Our nation could do a shit ton worse than him being in the
Exactly.
Oval Office.
Yeah.
So it's one of those things. It's like, yeah, I got no problem with losing the White House to Junior. I got no problem. Again, don't agree with him on all of his policies and stands,
Right.
but he's not batshit crazy, and he does not have a disdain for our nation and the citizens. And that's a wonderful thing, no matter where it's coming from.
Yep.
I'd even take like a Junior Trump ticket. You know, have Trump be president and Junior vice president. It's not going to happen though, because
No.
I think Junior said he wouldn't be on a split ticket, and I think Trump has said the same thing, but don't quote me. I think Trump has said the same thing. He would never do a split ticket. So, yeah, there's far worse things out there than Junior. Yeah. Biden, Harris,
Oh God.
shitbird from California, Newsom.
Oh Newsom. Oh Jesus.
Yeah. There's worse things out there.
Yeah, God. Yeah. Well, any of them.
So, yeah. It's going to be a very interesting show.
Yeah, it is.
Hey, did you notice my flag keeps waving?
Yeah, I saw that
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah, I restarted my system.
Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of work
Sometimes,
with it, so yeah, it gets tired. You need to shut it down and let
yeah,
it rest and bring it back up again.
that'll fix like 95% of your problems.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all it takes is just one bit of code getting shifted out of
Mm-hmm.
place.
Yeah, yeah.
And another thing that people need to do periodically is, God, what's it called?
Defrag.
Defrag. We thank you, defrag.
Yep.
Because when you move things, all of your data gets shifted all over the place, and for your
Exactly.
system to
Every time
work
you delete
well,
something, it leaves holes.
right, and then it runs
And then
better
when
when the
you put
associated
it,
stuff is closer
and when
together.
you install a
So
new
yeah,
program, it starts filling those holes in, and
yep,
that gets fragmented because the holes are all over the
yep.
freaking place.
So
Yeah, I
you're yeah,
defrag about once a year, maybe.
yeah. Once a year is good.
Yeah.
But yeah, defrag, because then it'll clean it all up. It'll bring likes and likes. That way your programs work better because all the files are closer
Yeah.
in their universe. And
Yeah.
yeah, so yeah, defrag.
But I'm on Linux. I use Linux. I give up on Microsoft though.
Yeah,
Have
well,
a
I'm still.
problem with them too.
Yeah, there's no, and people were like, oh, Mac. It's like, no, Mac's got
No,
problems too.
no.
Oh, Mac doesn't get viruses. The only reason Mac
No
didn't get
bullshit.
viruses is because it wasn't the predominant
It
system on the
exactly.
market.
It is not.
So as soon as they
The
started
hackers
getting a little
cannot.
bigger, they Mac had problems,
Exactly.
but Microsoft was just a bigger target because more people were using
Exactly.
it. That's the only, it wasn't because they were more secure, and it's like, no,
Right.
stop it. So just use something. My thing is I have to use a lot of different types of programs, so it's easier to stick with one.
Yeah, it's easier to stick with Microsoft if that's the case
Yeah.
because there's a lot of things that I don't have that I had with Windows,
Yeah.
on
Well,
Linux.
before that used
But
to be a
that's
lot of
okay.
the high end 3D programs and graphics programs first came out on Mac. So
Yeah.
you had to have them, but then when they migrated and they opened it up for the PC world, yeah, there was no
Yeah.
need to go with Mac. So I've used PC shit exclusively.
Yeah. Well, most people do.
Yeah. Nothing wrong with Mac. Use it, but
Well,
don't fall for the hype that it's more secure and it's like no.
No, it's
Same way with
no.
Linux. Oh, they've all got
Linux is
their
open
positives
source.
in
Good God.
right.
It's an experiment.
Yeah. So just as long as you're, hey, we're all talking, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, hey, it's 10:09.
Holy shit. It went by fast.
10:09. I almost closed down. Everybody came in late. It's like, oh shit, it's 10 after and nobody's coming in yet. I was going to give it till about 20 after, and if nobody was here, I was going to shut down. But everybody started shifting in here, and just rambling in, stumbling in.
Stumbling in.
Stumbling in. So the show went on. But yeah, got more content coming. And I hope folks like the guitar stuff. Sorry, it was a little rough on that one. Audio is not the best. When I can sync it up with an external mic and run it properly, then that's gonna be even better. When I get a dedicated camera or I use a different lens, I've got to figure it out. Where I was at right there, I just picked a random location. That's my corner. It's behind me is my recliner. So you got my recliner. You see my other guitar in the background. Well, one of my other guitars, my other acoustic guitar. My electric is over by the TV. That's where I keep my electric and amp and everything. But yeah, that's my little corner. I may switch to a different location. Go with a better lens. They'll allow me to run with not less light, but it'll make better use of the light that I've got. See, video is harder than than still photography, because all I'd have to do, I could have went with a lower ISO and went with a slower shutter speed, and oh gee, I've got plenty of light. And that's not video. You can't. It doesn't quite work that way. I've got to go, okay, what's my frame rate? What's my ISO? What's my aperture? Same thing, but it's not as forgiving, because I can't slow down my shutter speed to the point like I can with just a still photography. But whatever, that's all technical shit on my end. I'll get it ironed out. So it's a bit dark right now and the quality isn't great. I'm not even sure whether or not I hit focus. But I'm close. I'm close. But we'll get that ironed out. That was just my test. I'm like, let's give it a try. That was my test. So, anybody else have anything to say before we shut this thing down? No? All right, next show is Sunday. Same time, same place. Hopefully there'll be more good news and we'll have other conversation directions to go in. I'm ramping up content again. So, yeah. See you online. Stop by my Facebook page. Follow me there. Comment, emoji, share. Yeah. Get your other friends to join in. Hey, let's fuck Facebook. It's like,
Yeah.
they're not letting me. I'm still at 7,080. 80. I've been at 80 for a week. It's like, this is ridiculous. I was getting 1,000 new followers a day before they slapped me. I'm under 100 for a month now. It's like, stop it. That's not good. But we'll get that sorted out. But again, thank you for joining the show, folks. Judy, Donna, Al, he's probably asleep by now. Whoever else was watching and did not chime in.
3 o'clock in the morning there or something.
It is. It was pretty late. Well, Al's got some medical issues as well, so he doesn't sleep well at night. Yeah. So if he's not sleeping well and he wants to stop in and talk for a few minutes, that's great. We welcome him, and go check out Al's content as well. He is Whiskey Straight Al on YouTube. That's Whiskey Straight Al, and that might be his moniker on Facebook as well. Judy says, thank you. It was interesting as usual. Good night. Well, thank you. And I will see you all later. God bless and take care.